Well, this morning's talk is entitled Freedom from Discord. And the Global Heart Vision theme for the month is Freedom from Discord. The saying that we took that from our Global Heart Vision says, "We believe the ultimate goal of life is to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all." Dr. Ernest Holmes. So, life is goodness, infinitely expanding all the time. Any experience of discord of any nature is simply the clouding over of the truth, clouded over by false beliefs, misunderstandings. Truth by false beliefs and human race misconceptions. As we learn to harness and control our belief and thoughts, we are emancipated from discord. This is the whole idea of changing your thinking, and your life changes. Change your thought. Change the direction of the flow of the energy of your thought, and your life will change direction. A first reaction to this statement might be, why didn't Ernest Holmes phrase this in a positive language? Why didn't he say that the ultimate goal of life is love and peace? Why didn't he say, as long as we often hear a new thought, that the goal of life is to be happy? And perhaps it is because he knew that we are confused as to what creates happiness. Perhaps it is because when we have achieved freedom from discord, we automatically experience love, peace, and joy. There is nothing else but love, peace, and joy. Freedom from discord is releasing the unreal and exposing our true nature. So freedom from discord is releasing an untruth. So it's not that we have to download anything to become seers of this truth. You know, whenever we have a phone or a computer, it's like they're constantly updating stuff, and if you don't have the latest version of something and you go to do a task and it says, oh, sorry, but you don't have 8.7 version, you must download that. In the middle of the night, your phone, turns off and does something crazy, and you wake up the next morning and everything's different. What happened? Well, we don't have to do that. We've already been downloaded all the information. But we need to keep current on the updates. We need to open ourselves up to the new information that is available coming from within. It's not that we need more information downloaded, is that we need to clear away whatever is the fog that may be in the way of seeing the truth, seeing something clearly. And when we can clear away that haze, things change. Now, this political climate right now is a perfect prayer request. How entertaining? Can it get any more entertaining? The universe always says, yes, let me show you how entertaining it can get. But what a great prayer request this is. And do you feel the global prayer request that's happening right now? There are a lot of shifts in consciousness. Jenny and I were talking before I got up here today, and she said that we are on the threshold, we are in the labor pains of giving birth to a whole new idea of thought. And sometimes it can feel painful when we are walking through a doorway to a whole new experience. It's not always fun and easy. Sometimes there is this thing called challenge that is the only thing that will motivate us into a new idea. I like to think of it as the old wineskins cannot hold the new wine. They have been overused. If you put the new wine into it, it will filter out. We need to have a new consciousness about things and morph into a new way of thinking to be free from a discord. If we stay the way we've always thought, we are sitting in the challenge. We need to sit in the solution. We may not know what the solution looks like, and that's okay. We don't need to know right now. We need to know what's available. Just knowing that the solution to any challenge is available opens up our consciousness, is the crack in the seed of new knowledge. That when we put a seed in the ground, something happens between the soil and the seed where the casing cracks, and that new life springs up, sending leaves up and roots down. We don't know how, but we don't need to know. I just need to know that I need to put that seed into the ground that doesn't have a bunch of rocks over it, that is getting enough water, sunshine. There are elements, there are laws that we need to stay within. With new consciousness, we need to wake up in the morning and remember what our idea of the infinite is. First thing, whatever comes up for you, put it aside and think of what you believe the infinite is. And you can think whatever you want. We're not here to tell you you must think something that this is God. You get to believe source energy is whatever you want to call it. But there is a way that things work. When we stand before the ocean and see that mighty energy crashing on the beach, are we not questioning, how is that happening? I'm not doing it, but something is causing that to happen. We are always healing our bodies. We are always digesting food. We are always breathing, and our heart is always beating. But we're not consciously thinking of those things. We're not going, okay, hold on, I'm going to digest. Wait, I got to beat my heart and breathe for a minute. Okay, what was your question again? We do that automatically. Billions of people all at the same time are doing this and not thinking about it. If we can place our challenges into that doer and envision the already demonstrated solution, we are on the right track to a divine manifestation. It's when we stay in the challenge that we are not free from the discord. If we don't put the seed into the ground, it won't have its magic. It won't sprout. You don't dig up the seed after a day and go, how you doing? Are you working? Are you going to sprout? You say a prayer and you release it. That's the 5th step in our prayer treatment. Release. Let go and act as though it's already so. You know, we've come up with these great one-liners. Energy flows where your attention goes. So you can remember this is how the law of the infinite works. Where is your attention? Are you on the freedom or are you on the discord? If your mind is vibrating at the discord, the universe always says, yes, let me show you discord. Our attention needs to be on the freedom. What is the freedom that you seek? What is the love that you are seeking? Terry Cole Whitaker, in the July 2015 editions of the Science of Mind magazine, says, clinging to material things as if they are our protection, security, and source of pleasure keeps a person fixed in a mental and emotional state of fear, loss, lack, and death. Fear, of course, is the basis of all discord. So we need to attach to the process. We need to attach to the way that Focus on the love. Focus on the end result as a divine emanation, however that looks. If we concentrate on somebody or something else as being the thing that's going to make us happy, and they happen to go on vacation, what happens to us? All of a sudden, if we put them as the one that makes us happy, or that job, or that situation, if they change in any way, we get upset. This is called expectation. Now, expectation has been called the premeditated disappointment. Think about it. The times that we've gotten disappointed is because we expected something to be a certain way, something to happen in a certain way, and when it didn't go that way, oh man, I thought we were going go-karting this afternoon, but Dad had to work late. Oh man. We must attach to the process that something wonderful is happening no matter what's going on, because maybe there's a higher version of what's going on and we can't see it. We need to be open to that situation so that it can present itself. If there is something else for our highest and best good that will not bring us to discord, we must be free to be open and receptive to a new idea. The perfect example of this is when I did some event planning, and I was in a situation where my keynote speaker, on the night of the keynote, let me know that they won't be able to make it. They're going to make it. I had 700 people at an event, and it was a week-long event, and that Wednesday they called me in the afternoon. She says, I have vertigo today. I can't even drive. So I sent a driver to go pick her up. I want her to be here at least. She said, look, I can do like 15 minutes. Now, my immediate reaction when I got that call was, OMG, all these people have come to see this keynote speaker. And I said, I've got to follow my teaching here. And I went right into happiness and joy. I'm like, okay, committee, come around. We're going to do some prayer work around this. Our keynote speaker isn't coming tonight. And they're like, how can you be happy? I said, because there's a miracle that's about to happen. I don't know what it looks like, but something is going to happen. And it was from that energy that someone else came up that was an incredible keynote speaker that we couldn't even imagine speaking for us, who came in and gave us 50 minutes. Dr. Wayne Dyer happened to be on the campus filming a movie. And his crew found out that there was a challenge with us. And they had asked me earlier in the week if there's anything they could do. I said, if you can have Wayne Dyer come and do 5 minutes for us, everything's, that'd be great. Well, he came and did 50 minutes for us. And I asked him afterwards how much that would have cost us. He goes, I probably wouldn't have done it for your little 700 people group, but it probably would have been about $50,000. That was like the budget for my whole conference, right? So he came up and did 50 minutes. And I was sitting next to Rachel Remen, who was our keynote speaker for that evening, who's a wonderful speaker in her own right. And she leans over, she goes, Wayne Dyer's my warm-up band. I was like, what a great consciousness, just great things. But because I was open, when that challenge came in, I was open to thinking something wonderful is happening. How often, when something happens to us, do we go down the dark, how bad can it get road? We need to go, you know what? This too is good. This too is God. And I demand to see the blessing in this right here and right now. This too is good. This too is God. And I demand to see the blessing in this right now. How can we say that when something like last week happened? This too is good? Is this good? Absolutely not. But I have to know that there is something within it that is moving us towards something that is positive. People have come together in ways that have blown the terrorist's mind. You know, it's the Grinch stole Christmas story. You know, they thought that if we just stole all the presents and we caused this big challenge, that we wouldn't have our strength, our love. This has made us so powerful in love that we are more than we could ever be because our coming together to unite and be out in the world. We are not terrorized. Yes, there's a fear that comes up, but we step out anyway and say, we are one here. You can't do anything to any of us without doing it to every one of us, and we step up and we go out and we express in love. That is how we win this so-called war on terror. We don't go to war. War is not the answer. Love is always the answer. To every challenge, to every situation, love is the answer. It takes the consciousness of a saint to spring into love in the midst of a challenging situation. But that's what it takes. How can, when somebody is before you, ranting and raving about something, instead of matching their energy and going, oh, well, you think that's bad? Let me show you how mad I can get. Say to yourself, I wonder what is causing this person so much challenge that they need to lash out in this way. And bless them. And ask them questions. What else is going on in your life that might be part of this situation? Can you talk to me about how you're feeling about something? And usually you can trace it back to something else that's happened in their life that they're taking out in this situation. This is why when we don't do our prayer work, when we don't hand things over to the infinite, we find ourselves cursing in the middle of the market because there's no ripe avocados. What? Why did that get you so mad? Because I wanted avocados, but you haven't done your disbursement of energy work to allow that infinite presence to become you so that you may walk through your challenge virtually unscathed. Don't take somebody else's energy on as yours. Know what is yours. Do your inner work. Pray, meditate, vision, help others, be in love. Be in love with yourself. So much that there is an overflow of love in the world that showers on everyone you meet, that everyone can see it in your being. God, I don't know what you're doing, but you just look different. It's attractive to be around you because there's love happening. I just feel good. That comes from loving yourself, and there's an overflow. When we're in lack and limitation and we want, fill in the blank, I want money, I want the job, I want this. You're going into the universe trying to take, which is the opposite way that the energy flows. Because the universe always says yes. You want money? Let me show you the want of money. Here's another couple bills. What? I was praying because I needed money. How does it feel to already have everything you need? How does it feel? Be in that consciousness of having, and send love that you have enough, that your creditors love you enough to gift you what you use every day, gas and water and power. They believe in you that you're going to pay that bill. That is love. Pay the bill. Get on with it. I always say, thank God I'm rich. I don't know how this is going to go down, but I know God knows. I know God knows, because that's the truth. You may not know, but you don't have to know. You have to get back to your teaching. Whenever anything comes up, remember what you believe the infinite is to you. This is called golden keying. If you know Eric Butterworth, a Unity minister, who taught it's called the Golden Key. It's a little tiny booklet. And if he could do it in one sentence, he would. It says this: when you want to golden key something, think about what you believe the infinite is rather than the challenge, whatever it is. Simple, not easy. You so want to think about your challenge. I so want to work it out. If I could worry myself through this challenge, if I could just worry enough, see, you're holding on. If I could love and remember what I know the infinite is enough, I know that it knows what to do. And the minute that we introduce the infinite into the situation, see, it won't come in just willy-nilly and sit down in the middle of the party and handle all your stuff for you. It doesn't work that way. We have freedom of choice. We have to invite it in. This is the old Christian belief. What would Jesus do? What would your higher power do in this situation? And know that. Come from that place of awareness, and you are free from discord. So, back to my talk. Freedom from discord is the releasing of the unreal. Consider Ernest Holmes' teaching about evolution. Freedom from discord is sure to be attained by all. How? Evolution. We evolve. We consciously learn more. We open up so that the truth that we already are can come out. It's not that we get downloaded anything, it's that we open up so that it can come out. When we cut our finger, we dress the wound with neosporin and hydrogen peroxide and put a Band-Aid on it to help the healing that's inside come out. It grows out. You don't push healing in. You dress the wound, but the healing is the cells regenerating themselves without the cut. It scabs over and gets smaller and smaller, and soon it is healed. Right? We need to do the same thing with our challenges consciously. What does it feel like healed? Can you go there? And if you can't go there in mind, call someone that can. Call a practitioner and say, look, this is my challenge. This is my situation. Can you know the truth with and for me on this? What does it look like completely healed? And allow that practitioner to be that consciousness on your behalf, with you, as you, and watch what happens. Because the second you make the call, the second you put a prayer request into that box, the healing has begun. It's not because a group of practitioners got together and decided that you were going to have healing. That helps. That consciousness helps, but it's you first. You've got to plant that seed. If you never put the prayer request out, where does it stay? We think, I knew you couldn't fix it. I'm going to do this myself. You need to give it away. The minute that you put it away, that you give it away, the infinite says, okay, he means business, here we go. And boom, the treatment has begun. Somebody's put a prayer request in there, and we didn't get it till Monday. And on Monday, they came to me and said, thank you so much for treating for me. I haven't even seen the prayer request yet. I treat every day on whatever might be in that box consciously, knowing that anyone, anywhere who chooses to have prayer in their life is having it. That's where the miracle starts, is you are already free from the discord when you know that there is something that can assist you. But it won't come in on its own. You have to make that first move towards healing. That's where it starts. So evolution is an effect of intelligence, not its cause. We are the only species that, as a result of our intelligence, can actually direct our evolution. Consider how we may be able to direct the evolution of our species with our choices. With our choices. Solar, fossil fuel. You can go to the old way, the way of how it's always been, and use oil. But we've come up with a new idea. The sun can give us power. And we've created solar things to work in that way. We've evolved. And there's new evolution in every department when we know that there is a way. So, in conclusion, freedom from discord is the releasing of the unreal. If we concentrate on the challenge, energy flows where our attention goes, the challenge gets bigger. If we can turn and go, okay, there is a challenge, not to deny it, but what is the solution? And this gets smaller. The solution gets bigger when we turn, but we have to do the turning ourselves. Just like the Grinch who stole Christmas. He can't stop the Christmas from coming. It's not about the toys. It's not about the lights. Those are a byproduct of our belief and our desire to celebrate who we know we are. That is where the power is. So, although this freedom from discord is sure to be attained by all, it can only be attained through our action. God executes this plan for freedom from discord as us. It is up to us to teach, to speak, to serve as examples, to live our lives free from discord. Act as though it's already so. Every minute of every day. So that others may see what is possible for them. And so it is. Amen.